All right, man. Culture talk. Oh, man. I don't know if y'all ready for this episode. It ain't a laughing matter. And I don't know if y'all ready for this one. So, oh, man. Whew. I know you seen the thumbnail. And, yeah, man. So Terrence Howard was on the Patrick Bet David podcast, and he says some things, man, and we're going to get into it. Before we get into that, I got to get a legendary spill. This is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work for your subscription today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, you know where to find the ones that just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is in the description. Cash App, no more PayPal. They call me the Hidden Gem. With 1,300 subscribers, over 13, 14, 15, 16,000. And yes, I am the king of the north. Let me know what kingdom you from. Also, too, at the end of every episode, I ask a certain question. So it might be related to the episode. It might not be. But if you are interested, stick around for that and answer in the comments. So, yeah, let's get to it, man, because this is going to be a doozy. I'm going to tell y'all now. So be prepared. All right, man. So let's get to it. Let's do it.
All the freaky shit that they're willing to do for success in Hollywood.
You got to take drugs. You're going through so much to try and deal with life. You are literally, it's an unhealthy space. And so eventually you're going to go too far.
Being intoxicated can't erase that kind of nightmare. It's not even worth it. No amount of money or success in the world will ever make me become.
Had to start it over. I don't know.
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to f you. He's trying to f you.
911. Officer, right there.
He's trying to f you.
Don't let your gooner thoughts.
Bruh. Oh my God. Bruh. Damn. This is just open. It's just out in the open now. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Win, dog.
No build-up warning at all. Just Puffy tried to fuck me. I could have went my entire boring life without knowing this information. Diddy the for real booty snatcher. He's snatching cakes left and right. At this point, I fear for everyone that's locked down with him. You know he's snatching everybody's cupcake. He's taking their cupcakes. Nobody's safe. I'm telling you, Diddy got some inmates on payroll, doing the muscle while he out here collecting cheeks like they're Pokemon cards. Gotta clap them all. So Terrence Howard hit the PBD podcast. Damn, that's like a tongue twister. The PBD podcast. He went on this podcast and just out of nowhere was like, yeah, did he try to clap my cheeks? Pause.
PBD. Puff. Big Daddy. Oh, how ironic that is. That's crazy.
Just trauma dumping it on all of us out of nowhere, like we asked for it. Didn't stutter or blink. And with all the heat on Diddy right now, yeah, this interview hits a little different. So he starts this part of the interview talking about how celebrities cope with the humiliation rituals, all the freaky shit that they're willing to do for success in Hollywood.
You got to take drugs. You're going through so much to try and deal with life. You are literally, it's an unhealthy space. And so eventually you're going to go too far.
Being intoxicated can't erase that kind of nightmare. It's not even worth it. No amount of money or success in the world will ever make me become a super smash brother. It's not happening. It's probably why I'm broke now.
There's a lot of things that people do that end up sitting and they can't get over it. And they got to keep getting high, hoping to get it out of their head. But when you lose your man card, that's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
Stop it. You know what that man was talking about. This
Bro. He prop for you. Patrick Bet David, he knows a lot, but probably don't know what he's talking about. But if he does, I guess he asking so he can say it out loud. But just imagine. No, don't imagine that. Don't imagine that. But they, hey, they take it from you like that. Imagine you got 20 dudes on you and they holding you down, bro. And it's like nothing you can do, bro. I can't, that's why I can't be in those circles, bro. Nah. I'll just do my podcast from here, man. I can't do it, bro. Cause I'll be a dead guy. I'm telling you now.
Over here baiting Terrence Howard to get into details. If you don't know what your man card is, you probably the one that's sword fighting when you get home. Nothing wrong with it. It just makes sense.
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time.
So this is clearly not against anyone who's a part of the Alphabet Crew. And I don't want to get flagged, so we code in the word Alphabet Crew or the Rainbow Avengers. I'm not trying to get flagged. Oh yeah, and let's be clear, we're talking about the manhood part, not the store being robbed. We're not talking about SA. The whole idea of manhood, what Terrence Howard is saying, it hits different when you look at it from the mind of a cis straight guy. Masculinity and control ain't just vibes. It's their whole damn identity. So when another man tries to snatch that away, especially without consent, through manipulation or force, that ain't just uncomfortable, that's mentally shattering. It's not about attraction, it's about violation. Feeling like your manhood got ripped from you, like someone reached into your soul and rewrote your whole identity without your.
That's a fact. Just imagine, we all know how it is when we don't really know, but we hear stories of people being taken advantage of, and it's very horrifying, very sad. When that happens to a man, it's 10 times worse. And I'm not trying to downplay anybody's experiences. I'm just saying, when it happens to a man, especially a masculine man, yeah, it's not something that you would look at and say, well, you just get over it. It's not something that I don't think any man could probably get over that. Especially if you don't go that way, it's really, really, really not something that they can just get past. Some people they delete themselves because of stuff like that. It's crazy.
Permission. That'll break a man's mind, crush his pride, spiral him into an identity crisis. Cause it's not just assault, it's a full-blown psychological nuke that will haunt any man internally for the rest of their lives.
You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through. Like if a woman gives up her womanly right of being a mother and taking care of her family and do all those things. When you give up those things, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the Puffy party. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Got punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter what.
Nah, cause this got me sick for real, for real. It's disturbing. It's gross. I mean, yeah, I'm quick to say they asked for that life, but then again, some of them were just trying to survive. Yeah, a few might be greedy or clout chasing, sure. But a lot of these people, they come from nothing. They just trying to get their fam out the hood, trying to eat, and just trying to make it out. Is that an excuse? Nah, cause I honestly don't feel sorry for people that put themselves in those predicaments for some damn money. But then again, it's way too easy to prey on someone who's that desperate and broken and just wants a damn chance. All it takes is a fake promise, some drugs, a little manipulation, and then boom, they got them doing anything. I guess they think the shit is just.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I think, what's that, Fear Factor? I think that's Fear Factor. That's a fact though, because a lot of these people, they don't have nothing, and they find these people who don't have nothing, because most people that don't have nothing is subjected to do anything. They'll do anything to get by. But then you do have people who will do anything. They don't care if they don't have nothing. They can have everything and they'll still do anything. And you do get those people too. But I mean, it's very sad. It's very sad.
Some fear factor challenge, like take this and shut up, you'll be rich. So they're like, whatever, shit. But that type of shit don't go away. It doesn't. That trauma sticks. And Diddy, he knew exactly what he was doing, allegedly. If he was on that time, he clocked that desperation and used it like a cheat code. That's sick. That's calculated.
So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head.
Hey, man, you dead ass wrong for throwing Bieber into that convo. Why does he keep baiting Terrence? He over here baiting Terrence into outing someone else's trauma. That's not even his to speak on. That's hella weird. Cause I'm not the type to speculate on another man's manhood. I can't do that. I know a lot of people want to speculate things about Justin Bieber. I'm not. Until Bieber says something himself, I'm not gonna assume his back was blown out. That's wild and disrespectful. Let that man tell his own story.
The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything.
And it didn't mean shit. What's clout or cash if you got...
That's some deep shit right there. Like, you figure that you go through all this your life dream is to be in Hollywood, and you finally get there and you realize that it's filled with a bunch of demons that want to take your soul from you, that want to eat you alive and spit you back out. You're a whole nother person. You're a shell of who you was when you first came into this, because all they want to do is snatch your manhood, your womanhood. It's very, very, very difficult to survive something like that. That's why you see a lot of these actors, they don't really recover from these things. You know what I'm saying? Some of them escape, some of them could deal with it, some of them probably know how to manage it, but a lot of them are on drugs. A lot of them take these sleeping pills, quote unquote sleeping pills, and never wake up. You know what I'm saying? So it's very difficult to watch this play out in real time if you're in that space. You know what I'm saying? And especially if you see people coming in and you want to warn them about what's going on. It's very difficult. Very difficult.
Unalive your own identity to get it. If your whole mental state is obliterated just to make it, you ain't winning. You're just slowly erasing yourself. That ain't success, that's spiritual bankruptcy. You didn't level up, you sold your soul on clearance. And it's final sale. There's no returns.
If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principal. And what we were brought in here is men. We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the aggression is necessary. You don't trade that in, no matter what.
Terrence is crazy for bringing up sperm count like that. Bruh really said, my balls work overtime. I make life. I got kids to plant. I'm not for the kids to swim in. He said, what do I look like, a human daycare?
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me.
Diddy had that man on the menu like he was a damn wag.
Bro, that's crazy. Yo, can you imagine going somewhere and you sit down and it's 5 big, I'm talking like 200, 350 solid muscle guys in back of you, and he's sitting across from you. You know what I'm saying? Sitting across from you with his head down like this. spinning in the chair, like, you like, so what we gonna work on? He like, and in his head the whole time he said, we gonna work on you. I'm about to work on you. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine something like that. What would you do? Like, what would you do? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's crazy in itself, and it's not even a joke. That's wild.
State, just sitting there staring like he was trying to telepathically marinate Terrence, just full on predator mode. Bro was looking at him like he's the last glizzy at the cookout, and I can't unsee it. I can't. Hey, and who can forget that one clip of Diddy when he was a judge at a contestant show and was just staring at bruh, staring at him for hella long. Yeah, now I look at that clip differently.
Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there, just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh.
Oh my God. Yo, I don't mean to laugh. I don't mean to laugh, but bro, that is crazy. It's just like, yo. Oh my God, bro.
So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay.
Hey, this is the face of everybody in they damn mom.
Yo, oh my God. Oh my God, bro. Yo, oh my God. Yo, Patrick Bet-David face is classic. Yo, oh my God. He looks like a mob boss right here. He looks like Robert De Niro. Bro. Oh my God.
Right now, don't even worry about it. We are all in distraught and disbelief. We did not want to hear this today on a good Monday morning.
Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers come in to make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you like, or looking at you like you're a woman.
I mean, for real, this is insane. If Diddy was bold enough to try this on Terrence Howard at the height of his career, imagine the bodies we didn't hear from. The ones who buckled, folded, stayed quiet, because they didn't have the fame, the money, or the platform. Terrence ain't some washed up Z-lister clout chaser. This man was an A-list actor in his prime, and he's painting a picture of straight up manipulation tactics from one of the most powerful names in the industry. This is the first real celebrity testimony, by the way. I mean, besides Cassie, it's mind-blowing, and not the kind of blowing that Diddy's allegedly into either. Get him! Let's be real, even some of the famous ones probably folded too. Took the check, took the silence, swallowed the shame, all for access to the next level money and power. And speaking out would have meant full-on humiliation, a career crash, getting clowned online. So they kept quiet and let that trauma rot their inside. What Terrence just exposed wasn't just a moment, it's a whole damn system.
When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're gonna get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing. And
that's a fact. I don't know, a lot of people gonna hate that statement right there, but he ain't speaking no lies. You gotta be the man when you walk in the room. Do not be that guy walking in the room.
And when a man walks into a room, and a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing, and have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit because the man card means everything.
Exactly. At the end of the day, the only thing you really own is your self-respect. And Terrence made it crystal clear. He wasn't about to trade his soul for a check. No amount of fame or power was worth compromising who he is. He stood 10 toes down on his morals. And that says a lot in the industry that'll chew you up and spit you out if you don't play along right. Terrence is real as hell.
I think that that's why he lost a lot of roles. And I 100% agree with that. I do not play that. I'm sorry. I ain't trying to offend nobody, but nah. If I ever become an actor, I'm a pretty good actor, but if I ever become an actor, I'm not doing none of that. Don't even, I'll walk right off the set. Don't even ask me. I don't care if you talking about $1 billion. I'm not doing it. Because once you do something like that, it will never be the same. Just like I would never date a woman who does roles where she does sex scenes and stuff like that. Nah, I'm not doing that. You ain't my wife ain't doing that. You let a man kiss you in the mouth. Oh, we was just acting. Nah. We not doing that acting. Nah, I don't care. And that's actually gonna be, yeah. Let's go.
He didn't fold or flinch. He chose peace of mind over a price tag. That's what loving yourself look like. Hey, and I ain't gonna hold, I heard Terrence Howard used to catch heat for being an asshole on set. It's known that Marvel dropped him from Iron Man and gave his role away to Don Cheadle because they claimed he was too demanding, had an attitude, and was hard to work with. But honestly, man, if Hollywood's crawling with creepy execs who sniff out vulnerability like sharks, I don't blame him for being on edge. Terrence probably wasn't trying to be difficult, but he was setting boundaries, showing that he was his own boss, not giving off come test me energy. And yeah, it obviously cost him a fat ass Marvel check and a lead role into a $1 billion franchise. But that's a trade-off some people are willing to make to keep their soul intact. Could he have handled it better? Yeah, of course. But with the amount of weird power games and manipulation stories coming out of Hollywood lately, I get why someone could act extra guarded. Sometimes having an attitude is just the armor you wear to keep predators away. And now that I really think about the shit after Disney dropped him from Iron Man, it kind of felt like Hollywood low-key blackballed him. Dude was booked and busy with back-to-back movies. Then
That's a fact. That's what I was just saying. He definitely did lose a lot of roles because he didn't want to do no weird wearing a dress type stuff.
Boom, nothing. His momentum just vanished right after that firing. It's like once Marvel cut ties with him, the whole industry ghosted him.
Are you done with Hollywood because of this specific reason?
I'm still working. I still, I haven't made the money necessary to do all of the other stuff. So I still have to go and do the Chitlin circuit. I still have to do the job that I need to. But eventually, I've done what I set out to do, which was to redefine the universe. I've proven what I've set out to do, and that's why I have all the patents. Whether they evaluate it or not, that's up to them. But I've done the work and finished it. Now I can go on and do whatever else we need to do.
And hey, I got real respect for Terrence Howard after this interview. He told a vulnerable, low-key, humiliating story without flinching. Because who wants to openly admit that Diddy tried to get they booty? No one wants to talk about that. He did it without hesitation, no sugarcoating, and through it all he kept his pride, didn't fold, didn't let anyone strip him of who he is. And he had a clean-ass acting run too. Been in some of the coldest movie lineups out. Say what you want, but he already cemented his name in the game. That's something to be proud of regardless. I will say I don't like how some people are coming out now to say something. Now that Diddy's locked up, they want to say something now. I mean, unless Diddy's that powerful, which I'm guessing he is, maybe they feared for their lives. Maybe they feared that they would be blackballed. Whatever the case is, it is unfortunate that everyone is taking this long to say something. But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, I see it two ways. Yeah, these Hollywood predators are straight up foul manipulators who prey on desperation. And for the ones who weren't strong enough to say no, yeah, they're clearly victims. However, they're also grown-ass adults. Terrence said no and walked away. He chose self-respect over clout. In some cases, that option was on the table for everybody, but some people took the shortcut. Even if it meant bending over and cashing in their dignity, it's messed up all the way around. If you knew what it was and still played along, that's on you. And I'm not talking about people who were unwillingly either. I know how y'all are. Y'all try to change narratives and manipulate the convo. We not doing that here. I can't stand people like y'all either, by the way. I really can't stand y'all. Y'all get on my last nerve. Always trying to like nitpick what you say and try to put words in your mouth, and yeah, we not gonna go there. We are not talking about people being held against their will. We are talking about the people who put themselves there and went along with it. Terrence did what every man should have done. Kept his soul intact and told the devil, nah, I'm good. 10 toes down on his manhood, his morals, his integrity, and his dignity. Meanwhile, others bent over for the bag and called it a career move. One kept his manhood, the rest traded theirs for a VIP pass to hell. Just remember, fame is gonna fade. It will always fade. But humiliation, that shit lasts forever.
All right, man. Yeah, man, that's true. It's definitely true. I will say that you have a lot of people out here who do go through things like that. And some people willingly put themselves in that situation. They'll do whatever to become famous. It's just the bottom line. Like, I don't understand how people don't understand that. Some people do things that they want, that they don't necessarily even think it's a big deal to them, and they'll just do it. Some people don't have a soul for you to even take. You know what I'm saying? They'll just be like, I don't care. I just want the money. You know what I'm saying? Because people like the glitz and the glamour. They don't care about the stress and stuff that come with it. That doesn't bother them. You know what I'm saying? They just want to be famous. That's what most people just want to be known. They don't even care how it how how hard it is to maintain it. They just want to be known. They want people to see them and love them. Like, I mean, they looking for validation. It's just what it is. So, you know. Okay, so the question of the day is, are you okay with your significant other, your spouse, or your whoever doing a nude sex scene or any type of scene with someone else in a movie? Or, and how do you feel about that? If they're an actor, do you think it's okay for them to do nude scenes or kissing scenes? And do you take that serious? So let me know what you think. All right, man. I'm out of here. See y'all. Peace. Bye.